Of course it is. I had a dream the other night that my fingers were made of glass, like test tubes.
Yeah.
And my right hand shattered, and so it was a bunch of jagged, just like things. I'm like, in my dream, I was very calm, and I remember literally my thought was, well, how am I gonna finger bang with this?
Megatron must be stopped, no matter the cost.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Autopod Decepticast. This is your weekly podcast that delivers a minute-by-minute breakdown of the 1986 Transformers movie. This is your host, Aaron, and I'd like to offer a special welcome to my stellar co-hosts who are both intergalactic and planetary.
Oh, planetary danger, Ryan.
Wait, is your name Danger Ryan?
That's right.
Okay, all right.
And I'm planetary, not dangerous. Caleb?
Safe.
Planetary safety. Caleb.
Shout out
That is
to,
a joke for three people.
Yeah,
Shout out to a guy we haven't talked to in 15 years that we hated, that called you safety all the time.
I didn't hate
For
him,
no
I just
reason.
was annoyed.
All right. I hated him.
Okay.
I didn't like him.
Okay.
So let's put it out there. Best Beastie Boy. Is it Mike D, MCA, or Ad Rock? Who's your favorite
I don't even.
Beastie
I
Boy?
can't even name another song.
Okay.
I don't like music, everybody.
I like them all, but I'd say if I like, I really like Mike D. I like his like, and you don't stop.
I like his big nose. I'm a fan of that.
Yeah. I always thought MCA was like the intellectual of the group. You know,
He liked Tibet more than Tibetans do.
yes. He loved it so much.
Yeah, he didn't have to live there under the oppression of China.
Yeah, I could say I love Tibet too.
I always bet on black. Tibet. I like Tibet.
Oh, good God.
Nope, that's the gold.
That's the gold.
I am having some trouble this morning.
Oh, this is going to be fun, everybody. I was 15 minutes late to the recording session, which is at my own house, and we're probably all a little hungover.
Nope.
Oh, just me. Just me.
Why are you assuming that me and Ryan are hungover?
Because you're pieces of shit.
Great.
All right.
Great.
Well,
Yep, that
this
checks
is
out.
fun.
It all's coming together.
All right. Let's see how this episode pans
It's
out.
really starting off strong.
So, hey, guys, we have a shout-out.
To you piece of shit. It's called the shit shout. You moron.
I'd like to give a shit shout to Aaron, me.
Yeah.
The
myself.
roast is starting early.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead. Shout it out.
No, we actually have a legit shout-out. We have a new iTunes review, and it is from, they are followers of ours and us, them. They are at Galaxy Rangers, Galaxy_Rangers. And are you guys familiar with that television show?
No.
By any chance? I did a little research based on this interaction, and it's actually pretty cool. It's a Japanese-American... it's kind of like the first anime that sort of was mainstream in America, and it was on in syndication from 86 to 89. But I should have would have been a lot more prepared if you guys didn't wake me up when you got here. But I just watched the theme song here, and it's got a rockin' ass theme song.
All right, let's hear it.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it already.
Somewhere in the future, follow up here. Circle is waiting on the last frontier. Into these worlds of unknown danger they lie. Every galaxy changes, healing in the sky. No catch, no glory, no pain, no gain.
It's very
Danger Zone.
Yes, it's very
Kenny Loggins?
Yes.
Horses?
Oh, I had some of these toys.
I remember this.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
Yeah, no, that was cool. Yeah, I do vaguely remember that. I don't think I even ever watched the shows. I think probably somebody, like a grandparent, was like, "Oh, this is a toy.
I don't-
I'll give you a disappointment on your birthday."
I don't
may not have
remember
been-
them. I don't remember them airing on local broadcast.
It may not have been syndicated in our market. I have no idea. I never saw it either, but it was very highly acclaimed,
Yeah.
and it has a huge cult following. As per our at Galaxy Rangers, they do a podcast that covers that show episode by episode. So anyway,
Oh, nice.
they gave us an iTunes review. They said that it's top-notch Transformers podcasting, fun, informative romp through the 1986 movie. Then they go on to say, the podcast per minute format was new to me, but it turns out it's a brilliant way of giving Transformers fans, old and new alike, many more hours of humor and entertainment. Thanks for doing this. So that's RD&J at Galaxy Rangers.
I agree with all those sentiments.
Yeah.
And thank you all for listening, and thank you. I'll start watching Galaxy Rangers so I can
Give them a
start
review?
watching.
Yeah.
I'll
Return
hit
that
you
favor.
back. Hit you back.
That's cool. I have kind of a small one. Like I saw on Twitter, Skeeter 112375 was asking for a midweek little bonus content if I could throw something up there to get him through to the Sunday episode, which I could not, and I apologize because work.
Because of
well,
life.
Normally I would have been able to throw something together, but work has okayed overtime, and so I've been working 11-hour days because have a trendy cocaine habit to maintain. And but I appreciate the reach out and the interaction, and sorry.
I like how you think that your coke habit is trendy.
Yeah, no, it makes me sexy.
It's very untrendy.
I gotta tell you, I invited Skeeter to your birthday party.
Yeah. There's also a Dachshund in his profile pic, and so I have a Dachshund as well, and so you know that he's quality.
You guys are you know who Skeeter is, don't you?
Yeah.
It's Ernie.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't show that he's seen the invite, much less accepted.
From states away.
It would be a pleasant surprise. All right. Well, last episode, Megatron and some of his marginalized minions are emitted into infinity.
Boy, oh boy.
It looks like there's going to be an executive shakeup aboard the old Astrotrain.
Jesus Christ, I love these pre-prepared comments.
What? No, this is off the cuff.
Yeah, that's
What are
all
the-
in your head.
Meanwhile, what are the Duke boys up to?
Well, right about now, they're in a whole mess of trouble.
So, where we've left it is Starscream has, of course, nominated himself, as have the Constructicons, and that brings us right up to the 28-minute mark. Soundwave kicks things off by slinging quite the insult at the Constructicons.
Oh, yeah, let's see. Constructor... I can't even do a Soundwave.
Come on.
Constructicon's inferior, Soundwave superior. That's the worst thing I've ever done in my life.
Let me try it.
So,
How was that?
I think
I
fantastic.
reversed it also. I think he says Soundwave superior
Just-
first.
It does.
Just tell me
yeah,
what
it
he
does.
says.
He says Soundwave superior, Constructicons inferior.
Hey. Ooh, is that like a haiku?
Soundwave superior. No,
Oh, darn it.
it's close. So the Constructicons disagree, and they sling some insults right back at him, and they claim that he doesn't exhibit the charismatic qualities of a leader.
Yeah, and then we get those two fucking dopes.
And
Rumble and Frenzy come out, and then Rumble's like, no one calls Soundwave uncharismatic.
that has got to
Is
be. That
John
feels
Travolta?
It did sound like him, didn't
Well,
it?
he kind of has that. He sort of has like a Jersey accent thing going on,
Yeah,
like John.
yeah, yeah.
Mr. Carter.
So that feels like classic Ron Friedman line
It's
right there.
it's cringy. Like every time I'm like, ugh.
So
You stupid idiot.
So Soundwave shoots out his whole entourage, and Caleb is,
Except
as you
except
mentioned,
There's no rat bat.
no rat bat,
That's a
man.
bummer.
just flapping up there.
He needs...
So by now, I guess that Soundwave realized how worthless Rat Bat is. Maybe they threw him out into space with the
Maybe
rest of
Ratbat's
the...
still... Well, maybe Ratbat's still in there and just doesn't want to come out.
And that's what, like, I was
Can
wondering.
Soundwave control who comes out
Sure.
in whatever order?
I think so.
Is it,
I
so
don't know.
is it like
they
those,
never talk about it?
So I mean, they're not. Are they stacked?
Does somebody have to get out in order to like?
Yeah, how does
like
that-
let's say he only wants to talk to Rumble.
It's like valet
but he's
parking.
3 back.
I want to know how he can shuffle his cassettes inside of it.
Well, I was also wondering, like, are they conscious in there, just folded up, and like they must be, because Rumble hears the.
Hey, what are you talking about?
He hears the fucking Destructicons throwing shade, and so he comes out and is all upset. But I'm like, how horrible would that be just to be in there, just awake, just like, well,
I think it would be.
I'm a box.
For a robot, maybe not.
I think
bad,
it'd
don't
be
know.
comforting and be like inside a mother's womb.
It's like a squeeze box, like for like cows. It makes, or like the thunder jackets you get for dogs.
What,
You know
a
what that
squeeze?
is?
Well, what's a squeeze box for cows? I'm curious about that.
It's
one.
like Temple Grandin. I mean, I don't know if she's an initial developer, but animals feel comfortable when they're held tight. It's the same way for like autistic children. They feel comfort from being like squeezed, and so like there's a squeeze jacket for dogs, which like squeezes
Okay.
them when they get nervous
I
during
get
thunder.
that. I'm just trying to imagine a cow playing an accordion. You know, a squeeze box for cows.
Okay,
That's where I went.
I've got to make that graphic. But yeah, whenever they like give them injections or stuff, they have a box that they put them in, and it squeezes their sides to keep them calm.
Interesting.
You sure that's not just to tenderize them pre-slaughter?
This may have been a dream.
Okay, all right.
Tenderize them.
So maybe the inside of Soundwave's chest is just one of like an automatic card shuffler. Have you seen those? You know what I'm talking
Yeah, I
about?
have one.
Yeah. Break that out.
Or like
sometime.
this,
Those are cool.
or a CD disc changer, like in a car,
Yeah.
I like it.
like a jukebox.
Hero.
Stars in his eyes.
That's all
Okay.
the words I know. All right, so here we go. Devastator inside Astrotrain makes every bit of sense.
Yeah.
Yep, that's
How big is Astrotrain then?
Well, just changeable size.
just as big as you want him to
I
be.
guess.
Because it's clearly different the size than
He's
it was
getting
in the
big.
beginning. And then, I don't know if you noticed that, yeah, 28, 21, basically, Rumble and Frenzy in unison say no way.
Right.
And it's like, maybe they've just been together so long they finish each other's...
Sentences.
I was hoping you'd say sandwiches.
So the it's like, you know, it's that 80s trope of twins, especially hot twins. They always
Which
talk
they
in
are.
unison. Yeah, I would totally bang
Doublemint
Rumble and
twins?
Frenzy. But so this battle royale starts. Rumble and Frenzy, like what are those called? Earthquake bashers,
Yeah, they're bangers.
quake makers,
Ground pounders.
I like that. I like that. I would have loved if whenever Devastator formed, he had to like hunch over.
Yeah, like he's on all fours.
Yes.
walking around.
He's on his knees. Well, at least like that. Maybe I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, that would have been
I
great.
just would think that Astrotrain would be like, knock that shit off.
Oh, I mentioned this later. He never at one point during this whole thing
Never
says
complains.
anything.
Get-
He's like the most patient transport ever.
which
Yeah,
is
except for previously when he had to get out some dead weight out of there.
yeah.
But now he's okay with this.
Right. He'd rather had the dead weight in there. All right, all you guys that are alive,
I think,
Get out.
I think Astrotrain is in every position here to say, hey, I want to take control of the Decepticons.
Right, that's true.
Because if they complain, I guess he just could eject
Drop
them
them
into
off.
it's
space.
true. It's true.
Yeah.
He's the only person that doesn't raise his hand for leadership. The
Her hand transforms out of the wall.
Well, there is a
Alright.
history, like the triple changers. There is a of the triple changers, like not being sure what allegiance they're going to go to. There's a lot of Decepticons that switch to the Autobots. Maybe they're just like, I'm in this organization, but I don't really give a fuck.
Anyway, it's
well, as we see
convoluted.
here, I mean, Blitzwing is stepping up for battle here. So the battle royale begins. Oh, and before I'm sorry, let me back up. To your all's point about Astrotrain, we just watched Call of the Primitives, and there's a part in that where they're all inside Tripticon,
Yes.
who's way bigger
Oh, yeah, that makes
than
sense.
Astrotrain,
I can
and they're
handle-
all fighting about, and that pisses him off, and
He shakes them
Yeah,
up.
he shakes
a
them
little
up.
jelly shake, jelly roll shake to get him to knock
like
it off.
twerks them into submission.
Why couldn't Astrotrain should have done a barrel roll or something?
So is this the oh god, I'm so sorry. What's the Constructicons transform
Devastator.
So I have a question. Is Devastator's weakness if you rumble the ground he falls apart?
I think that that rumbling happened before maybe his interconnected parts were
hadn't
fully
sealed.
locked in, maybe.
I
and,
guess.
so it knocked him down. But otherwise, that would be a pretty big weakness that he just can't
Yeah.
stay together very well. Like,
Yeah.
I will say, like, I could do it if I really concentrated, but like, I cannot keep the Constructicon straight. I feel like Constructicon racist because I can never tell them
They're all
apart.
the same.
They all look alike.
That's right.
so I do actually have to look them up every time as well. Them and the Coneheads. I can't remember the Coneheads' names either. So with the fights happening, you've got Soundwave is fighting Hook, Mixmaster is in the back fighting Dirge, Thrust is fighting Bone Crusher, and Ramjet, who you can't see but right now, but he's fighting Scrapper. So that's the lineup there, and
then at 28:30.
Soundwave delivers like a KO haymaker to Hook, and Blitzwing hops in.
Yeah, Blitzwing comes in and knocks Soundwave down.
So he starts to, but
Oh,
then,
but then
Here's Ravage.
Ravage and
this is just a
and
free-for-all.
Laserbeak take over, nail that guy and throw him into the wall. So it looks like Astrotrain's having some problems there.
whoa.
But he's being quiet about
Yeah,
it.
he's so angry he can't trust himself to speak.
So this is
And okay,
yeah.
we're 28:38. We are now in sight of Cybertron.
Yeah.
We're like minutes from how fucking this all took place in one uncut scene. So they ejected him like 10 minutes away from Cybertron, maybe at the outside.
I know.
No telling. I have no idea. And that makes me wonder, like, how close is Unicron to Cybertron at this point? Could
Right,
you have
'cause
not
they're-
seen him?
In my opinion, they should have spent most of the movie having the Decepticons getting back to Cybertron.
Yeah, well, I guess in rewatching it, and maybe it's skewed because of the script that I'm reading, I kind of got the impression that Unicron, I mean, he even says he summoned him, so I got the impression he, like, drew them to him.
Yeah, we'll get to that next episode.
Wow. All right.
Shutting you down.
Yeah.
Shut it down, Jet. No, but here's another question: is that to your point, if you're on Cybertron, you should be able to see Unicron.
Sure.
At this point.
Sure.
On what is it? What is the horizon of space? What do you call that? Like if we were just to look up,
You can see.
see the expanse. Is there a horizon?
No.
So there's not a horizon.
No.
I don't know.
But there is a point of disappearance, though, from a perspective.
The thing about you're only limited by your optics when it comes to space.
Right.
The more powerful telescope that you have, the further you can, the deeper, quote unquote, deeper you can see in space. Which really means the further back in time you can see in
Right.
space.
So theoretically, if you had a powerful
So-
enough telescope, you can see 13.7 billion light years,
So
which
I
is
would,
the edge of the galaxy.
so I'm going to assume that the horizon of space is actually the Big Bang.
Right.
You're going to see all the way back to the beginning of the formation
Right.
of the universe. That's the horizon.
Gotcha. So do you not think that Transformers would have a powerful enough telescope to
I mean, it
at
doesn't
least see Unicron,
seem
who's
like-
about 5 miles away from the planet?
We'll
at this
address that
point?
near the end of the movie
Yeah,
because
you're
they
right.
seem very surprised.
So who do you guys think... Okay, we got this Rumble. We know who's going to come out on top, but who do you think would be the best leader in reality?
Who would I don't know who about the best, but I would just want to see Soundwave kind of control things for a while and just see how that plays out.
That's an interesting point because he's so logical. You'd think maybe he would be a good choice, but a leader has to have some
charisma.
some spunk.
But not too much charisma.
Yeah, I don't know. I would Laserbeak.
I like it. And what if they just got on Cybertron and Shockwave was like, why are you guys fighting? I'm the leader now.
I've been here.
Did they completely... Yeah, wait, they don't even consider... Poor Shockwave. They don't even consider him as a...
He doesn't get a vote.
He doesn't even get acknowledged when they go back to Cybertron.
Nothing in absentia.
I think he has one scene in the movie, one more scene in the
Just
movie.
completely dismiss him.
So
He has one more scene, yeah.
we are fading into a new scene, and the damaged and deceased Decepticons are floating through space. We've got Megatron here in the foreground. Nice illustrations.
It's at 28:46.
Are they dead, or are they just without power and are floating around?
I think they could be.
I'm sorry.
I don't
go
think they
ahead.
were dead when they were thrown out of the shuttle.
I mean, they were protesting being
True.
thrown out. I think that they're either dead. Some may be dead, but dead or on the cusp of death. This guy is missing a leg.
Shrapnel?
I think it's obscured from view.
It's a weird angle at 2849
it's
of shrapnel.
kickback.
Or kickback, I'm sorry.
Kickback.
Megatron's in a kind of a nice
I think he's
downward
missing
dog
a leg.
position.
Yeah,
there.
he's yoga.
Megatron's definitely alive.
Yes, I get the impression the rest of them are either unconscious or dead, just because in the later scenes they don't seem to be modal at all.
I see. Yeah, I agree.
So they're floating towards Unicron, and we know that thing's name because our Lithonian friends at the beginning of the movie
Marvelous.
told us
Look,
that
marvelous!
somehow
It's
they
Unicron!
It's so amazing.
Put the potions away.
And Unicron utters first of all, he calls out to Megatron twice, which I never noticed the double call out before this analysis.
Megatron.
And I don't know why he calls out to him twice. I don't know if he's trying to wake him up, like Megatron is me this morning.
You're late for school, sweetie. Come on.
But anyway, so Unicron utters his first sentence of the movie, which is essentially, "Welcome, Megatron."
That was awesome.
And when he says that, it creates a force that propels Megatron.
Yeah, it's weird. Like
His talking has power.
yeah, 2855. It throws
Blast.
Megatron back, so it's like some kind of weird solar wind.
Yeah.
And then he
breath.
and
It's
then
his
that's
breath.
that's the minute.
I think it's a cool demonstration of his power. I mean, just when he talks, and it's just.
It always bugged. Even watching it now, even as a kid, it bugged me. I'm like, he's got to fly back up there every time.
Got to put forth effort, man, if you want to talk to Unicron. So, yeah, that's our minute. I don't have any voice actors because nobody new was introduced, but I did do a little research and found out that Orson Welles may not have hated this role as
What?
much as we think that he
Oh,
did.
Twist.
Do tell.
There is evidence that he didn't. So, do you guys know who Peter Bogdanovich is?
The name sounds familiar, but
He is a director, and his most famous movie was The Last Picture Show. But he
I love
was
that movie.
really good friends with Orson Welles. And I'm going to have to give a shout out here to Day of the Dead 204, Reddit user, because he, whatever director Peter Bogdanovich did Reddit AMA Ask Me Anything, this guy asked him if Orson Welles was really bitter that he was starring in a, quote, toy movie, as had been historically reported. And Bogdanovich said he didn't think so. He said that Orson Welles wasn't really bitter, that he was more acerbic. He was very sarcastic and had kind of a dark wit. And so, you know, he's could have just been joking around in his way whenever he said the things that he said. But so he wasn't bitter, but Peter Bogdanovich said that he knows that if Orson was alive today, he would definitely appreciate that so many people are fans of
I think
the
that's
portrayal
probably true.
of Orson Welles.
I mean,
or of Unicron. Sorry.
I think
makes
he'd be more
sense.
bitter about doing wine ads.
Frozen peas.
Mrs. Smith's frozen peas. And now I'm just doing an impression from fucking Animaniacs.
Is it Animaniacs? I was thinking it was.
Oh, no, it's The Critic. It's The Critic, yeah.
That was a great show.
Deviations.
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
That'll
be fun to edit. Yeah. Okay, you want me to go first?
The bubble mess.
I don't have much.
I don't have much either. Again, like I know it leads into the next minute, so there's just a little bit to lead into, and then the next one we come into, which is pretty different. It's kind of not the easiest to do this linearly. So we're in deep space, and it features Megatron's life spark, as we talked about in the last episode.
Oh, yeah.
The life sparks, instead of the bodies, there are life sparks that are flying through space. His life spark still looks like a little Megatron, and he turns and twists in comet trail of other old hero sparks. Throughout this sequence, all sparks keep moving up and out to bleaker and deeper space. Megatron life spark. My life spark, my precious spark. It will decompose in space and I shall cease to exist. Oh! It says Og. Megatron and the life sparks move out, and then now we're in a ghostly part of space. There's miasma-like clouds. What?
The writer they're really playing this out, man.
Yeah, man, he went for it. Some of this is really creative, actually. Miasma-like clouds, like a mist over a graveyard, an old Frankenstein movie, swirl around Megatron's life spark and other spark and debris. Megatron's life spark, furious now. If I could be restored to function, what vengeance I would take upon those who denied me my destiny. I would do anything for satisfaction. Anything.
Oh my God.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how Unicron interacts with this scenario to turn him into Galvatron.
It's weird. Then there's a ghostly voice, which...
Well, where is it?
From infinite distance.
Oh.
A fearsome, sepulchral voice made of many overlaid voices of menace-whispering, which is a new hyphenated term.
And it's ghostly?
Yeah.
Megatron.
That's right.
Like that.
And Megatron's life spark, startled, frightened. Who calls Megatron here? And then ghostly voice.
Louder, as if that voice itself could come and get him. Come to me, Megatron. Come to me. Woo!
That's right, and that's where I'll stop, because that's about as much as we see in this minute.
Okay. Mine are definitely not as exciting as that. In mine, the script says that all the tapes, including Buzzsaw, come out of Soundwave, but I shouldn't say all the tapes. All the tapes except Ratbat, including Buzzsaw, but not Ratbat, come out of Soundwave. And more characters actually have lines in my version. So whenever they're stepping up for leadership. So Blitzwing says, "I am a triple changer. I'm worth any two of you. I should run things." And Dirge says, "Death comes to anyone who crosses me," which sounds like probably just like a quote on his tech spec or something like that. And Astrotrain does have a line. He gets pissy and says, "Stop squabbling or we're gonna crash."
Who says that?
Astrotrain.
Or we're gonna crash.
As he flies past Pluto.
Is he
the script
impersonating
says.
Cup?
Oh.
Stop squabbling. We're gonna crash, Rocky.
There you go.
And I just wanted to call out a line that I liked how it described Unicron in the script. It described it as a beautiful technological expanse.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I got. Is that all you got?
That's all I got for the deviations.
Caleb?
That's all I got.
I did have something that it calls back to a couple episodes ago. In doing some research, we were talking about how it would be like just extra if Optimus Prime, after he died, were to crumble into dust. According to the TF Wiki, there are rumors of an uncut, unseen version of the... I don't know how you know about it if it's unseen, but version of the movie where Prime did crumble into dust. There's some interesting evidence to suggest it. In the soundtrack, the Death of Optimus Prime track does include 10 extra seconds at the end, which is not appear in the movie. And then, but they think maybe it's conflated because Starscream crumbles to dust after dying. So, but that's just a rumor that I'm like, oh, that actually could have been a thing we were joking about. It's probably not true.
That doesn't feel like evidence, though.
It's spurious.
Well, that's all we've got, guys. Next episode, Megatron is going to make a buddy. And we learn exactly what can stand in Unicron's way.
We didn't do the iconic moment.
Nope.
All right, we was not going to do it this episode.
What you got? All right, so, okay, we can...
I'm the ghost of the iconic moment.
You know...
Okay. Caleb, what was your iconic moment?
When the ghost of the iconic moment. Sorry.
That's all coming out, by the way.
Haunted the set.
All of that. You guys hated that.
I feel like everything that we do that's obviously not coming out, Ryan can sense, or is coming out, Ryan can sense it, and he just gets angry because he sees the work in front of him.
It's just like I have to stitch it to the thing that's before it. But sometimes it's a real twist.
And it didn't work out. Okay, iconic moment. I like it when Unicron is speaking and his breath is pushing Megatron back through space.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I think my moment would probably be when fucking Uncrasomatic.
Really?
This moment, this minute doesn't have a lot of meat to it. But it's so dumb, and I hate it. But it's like it sticks in my mind because it's so awful.
I like Caleb, that moment when the Decepticons are floating towards Unicron.
Yeah.
That feeling you get when you know that this won't be the end for Megatron. Discussion?
Agreed.
Okay.
All right, we did that.
Excellent. Well, thank you everybody for listening. Please tell your friends. Check us out on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and TuneIn. You can follow us on our social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. All of them at Autopod Decepticast, and visit our web presence at autopoddecepticast.com. And if you're an iTunes user, you better rate that motherfucker.
Aggressive, but yes, 5 stars. Give us that shit.
All right, everybody. Thanks. Goodbye.
Bye.
Till all are one.
Bye. Bye. Woo. Ghostly ghost sounds. Word.
Have you guys seen Close Encounters? Sorry.
Yeah.
We'll get into this. I
Yeah.
mean, recently, I mean, I'm sure.
It's been a while.
It's been,
And also, I think I may have only seen it on TV.
I know I'd only seen it on TV. It came out in 77.
yeah, you
so-
would have seen it in the theater.
I didn't mean, I meant like DVD.
I gotcha. First of
Fucking
all, it was
assholes.
awesome. No, I wasn't trying to.
Why
I
is-
mean, no. We were just talking about movies.
Oh, okay.
First of all, it's awesome. I can't remember the
This
last
is
time I've
loud.
seen it from beginning to end.
Thank you.
Oh, that sounds a lot better. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it's just
better.
because our gain in our headphones was super high.
But I'd recommend go seeing it in the theater if you have time. It was great. I don't know how long it's going to be there, but
Alamo Draft
at the
House.
Alamo Draft House, yeah. But also,
The promos.
it's just so good. I forgot so much about it. I forgot that he goes with him and just abandons his family.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he has a compulsion.
I mean, he makes
he
that
does.
mashed potato tower.
But I would have thought that
oh,
maybe
and then-
he got his answers just by seeing everything,
But-
and he could go back to his normal life.
I didn't realize he goes with them.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
exactly.
what I'm
He just leaves, and also
abandons his children and wife.
he travels with that lady who loses her son, and
Mm-hmm.
before he's like, I've got to go down there, and she's like, I'm not going down there. He's like, well, you know, I've got to, and and she's like, go, and then before he goes, he like kisses her on the lips, and I talked to Melody about it. Melody was not. I was put off by it. I was like,
It's
that's
weird.
fucked up. Like, but Melody was like, no, that was not a romantic kiss. And I'm like, what kisses
I
aren't
think-
romantic that aren't from your mum
If
or your
if two adults kiss on the mouth, that's a romantic
yeah,
kiss.
I would like. Are you going around romantically kissing
Right.
every guy that
She
you
seemed
share?
defensive because she's like, no, it's fine. You can kiss another person with tongues.
I can see it.
I mean, they did share a very intense experience
That's right.
together,
I-
so I get that. But do you feel like that has to be expressed in that way? I don't know. But,
I don't think it has to be, but I think that at the same time,
oh, that feels a little weird.
I thought it made sense. I mean, it wasn't intense.
I mean, it made sense because they set it up to make sense. Like,
Yeah.
it felt like the way they were looking at each other, there was no choice but to
kind of,
kiss.
I think it was kind of profound. I mean, you could easily interpret that as like, you know, hey, he's a married man with kids, but he's on this.
Also, he destroyed his house making a model of the
Well,
fucking
so
tower.
he's on a trajectory that's.
I don't think they want him.
They're
around.
not going to work it out. So the other thing I thought, right as he was leaving, I was like, what if we're not meant to take this literally? What if all of this is, or what's his name? Main character, actor.
Richard Dreyfuss.
Richard Dreyfuss. What if this is Richard Dreyfuss's schizophrenic fever dream?
Or like,
What if everything that's happening is really happening on the home side, but then everything else is a fantasy?
I love it in that perspective. Or like, as they like to do, as Jason likes to do on How Did This Get Made, somehow work it into a Jacob's Ladder situation, where it's just the last moments of his life, and he's experiencing that in his head.
Right. I've never seen Jacob's Ladder.
Flickering.
Maybe
It's
I should. Is it
do you
good?
know what that means though?
It's a biblical.
Is it?
Oh, is it a metaphor?
Basically, Jacob's Ladder. I mean, I don't think this is a spoiler at all. Like, you find out at the end of the movie, it is a total spoiler, but everybody talks about it. The end of the movie, it's all been in his mind as he's dying in Vietnam.
Okay.
So the whole movie takes place in his mind, and that's kind of like
Gotcha.
it's like that one season of Dallas.
Right. I mean, I think Steven Spielberg would say we're meant to take everything.
Oh, there
we
is
see
a
on
Jacob's Ladder toy. It's the bendy back and forth wood blocks.
You're right.
I think it has Hebrew origins.
It does. Well, it's biblical.
Okay. So,
It's a-
as all things biblical, it has Hebrew origins.
Except for Jesus. Well, I guess that kind of is with Split.
That's Hebrew origins.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, let's watch a show.
All right.